Welcome to the purpose-driven leader. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my new podcast. This week has been a very challenging and trying week, but I'm thankful that I'm able to record the first episode, the first official episode of the purpose-driven leader. Hey, the purpose-driven leader. This week has been trying and challenging because this week I lost probably the most important person in my journey of purpose, Tusang Manwajan. I remember reaching that end, that crossroad in my journey of trying to become a purposeful man, trying to become a purposeful leader. And I remember after a few years of frustration, I was depressed, I was mentally drained, a little bit anxious about what the future would hold for me and my purpose journey. And I remember this one night, I was about to call it quits. When you've given it all up, as a leader, when you've given it all up, I remember having had given all up my software engineering, my hacking career, my career as a software developer. I remember when I was with my friends the previous year, I told my friend, my best friend at the time, I said, Mr. Pakola, I am giving it all up. I know I love cybersecurity, I know I love IT, and I know that I am part of the inspiration that you guys are here. I've taught you hacking, I've taught you programming, I've inspired you, I've challenged you to become better software developers. But for me, this is the end of the career in cybersecurity. And having had done that, a few months later, I find myself discouraged. I find myself drained. I find myself about to quit. And I remember I was just about to quit. And I remember I said, you know what, let me see if there's any impact that my purpose as a leader, let me see if there's any impact. Let me see if there's just one person whom my purpose is making an impact in their life. And I remember logging on to my favorite social media, and I was just going in there to deactivate my account. I was there to deactivate my account because at the time, the primary mode for me pursuing my purpose and testing out the business case for my purpose was my social media. And I remember, I think it was late at night, maybe around 10 p.m. or if not, after 12. And I log on and I find this inbox from a lady that has been following me, never liked, never commented, never said anything about me, never said anything about the impact or the purpose that I'm pursuing with my own life. And here she is. And she says to me, Mr. Mawulo, I don't know what's happening in your life and I don't know what's happening, but I want to share something with you. Then I was like, okay, please do. And she tells me about the impact of my purpose in her life. It was one of those nights that I'll never forget, And she says to me, Mr. Mawulo, I've got a chronic illness. And sometimes with the illness that I've got, I spent a couple of months in bed, unable to walk, not being able to do anything, not being able to take care of my children. I felt like giving up. I felt like my life is coming to an end. And she says that when I was lying on my deathbed, the only thing that kept me strong, the only thing that kept me alive was you. When I couldn't walk, when I couldn't do anything for myself, your words of inspiration, the words that you said, they spoke directly to me. They spoke directly to my heart. And I remember those nights when I would cry myself to sleep not knowing what would I do for my children the next day, not knowing if I would be able to see my children or have the energy to see them again. It was you, Mr. Mabulo. It was your words. You encouraged me. You challenged me. You helped me to see a better version of myself beyond my own circumstances that I found myself in. And as she kept on telling me about the impact that I had made in her life, I couldn't. And she said to me, Mr. Mabulo, don't ever stop doing whatever it is that you're doing. Don't ever stop encouraging others. Don't ever stop. Don't ever stop. Promise me that you are never going to quit this. You know, you are not doing it for the people who criticize and have opinions about you and your purpose, but you are doing it for us. Those of us who say nothing, those of us who don't comment, who don't do anything, but we are feeling the impact of your purpose in our lives. And with tears running in my eyes, I couldn't keep them any longer. I just took some time and I cried and I cried. And I thanked God. I thanked God that, you know what, Lord, I thank you that when my purpose felt like it was not making an impact, I thank you that, Lord, no matter how hard it has been, at least there's just one person. And I promised myself, and I said to myself that evening, that night, or that morning, that I'm never going to quit. That I'm doing it for the silent ones. Those ones who don't comment, those ones who don't like, those ones who don't inbox, but are feeling the impact of my purpose. As you are looking at your life as a leader, as you are looking at your purpose as a leader, number one, the first lesson that I want to share with you, don't ever give up on your purpose. Don't ever give up on your purpose as a leader. As you are pursuing to make the impact that you want to make in your company, as you are looking to make the impact that you want to make in your business, as you are looking to make the impact that you want to make in your industry, there is a silent someone who's looking for you for motivation. There's a silent man or woman, there's a silent young man or woman, young kid looking up to you and your purpose for inspiration. I was lucky enough that the day that I wanted to quit, God connected me with someone. And to some, may your soul rest in perfect peace. She was my never quit. She had the right words that I needed in my journey of purpose when I was about to quit. Maybe for you, there might be no one who would say it today or tomorrow when you feel discouraged, when you feel depressed. But trust me. Trust me. In fact, don't trust me. Put me to the test. And I know there is someone who's looking up to you. And if you give up on your journey, if you give up on your purpose, hey, a generation might be lost. A community might be lost. A president might be lost. A lawyer, a king, a doctor, whatever the case might be. But there is someone who's looking up to you as a leader. As you are going to be pursuing your purpose to become a purpose-driven leader, always know that there is someone who's looking up to you as a leader. And don't make the mistake that when the going gets tough, or when the economies are tough, or when business looks like it's not going accordingly, or when your church looks like it's not going in the right direction that you want it to go, don't ever give up. There's just that one person. Even if it's just a kid, even if it's just a child, there's someone who's looking up to you as a purpose-driven leader. So please, don't ever give up on your purpose. Don't ever give up on your leadership. No, for this episode, I want